So this is the access tomato house. It's 5 foot high at the back, 2 feet deep and 4 feet long. And it's a completely freestanding unit, so it can go anywhere. Ideal if you want some tomatoes on the patio in the summertime. Inside you've got a large growing area. We've got 3 full-size tomatoes in there. I've also got a bush variety tomato and I've got a pepper in there as well. So plenty of growing space, and they're all benefiting from being under glass. The beauty of the glass is it traps the warmth. So early in the year you can have the tomatoes in there, and as the sun falls on the tomato house, then it's warming up the area inside and getting things going. So you'll get a much earlier start to the growing season by growing under glass. But tomatoes don't like it too hot. So the beauty of our tomato house is we've got excellent ventilation. We just come round to the front, we can see that the doors slide. So you've got very easy access. So when you wanted to look after tomatoes, it's easy to get in, but it's also very good for ventilation. You can open it wide open, it's giving you a 50% opening area there, and you've also got, again, the same at the bottom. So lots of air can be flowing through it. If it's very hot, you can ventilate out through the roof. So you can see we've got the roof glass partially open at the moment. You can slide that, give you more ventilation area. And if you want to, if it's very hot, then you can actually move the glass out of the frame. And then if you take both sheets out, then you've got the air venting right out. So that's very useful on hot summer days. Glass itself is toughened safety glass, so it's very strong and very safe. But the beauty of the glass is it gives it plenty of weight, so it helps it stay on the ground in windy conditions. We also supply fixings for it, so it'll bolt down onto your patio, and then it'll withstand storm force winds without any problems. We talk to lots of people who buy these and say, well, I've tried one of those plastic tomato houses and I ended up chasing it down the garden at 3 o'clock in the morning. With this, with the weight of the glass and the fixings, you're not going to have to worry about that. The framework is architectural aluminium, so you've got a 25-year guarantee on the framework. It's very sturdy, very strong, and it is put together with stainless steel nuts and bolts. So it's going to go together, it's not going to rust, and it does mean that if you move in a few years' time, you can take the glass out, take it all to bits, and take it with you. So you don't have to leave it at your old property. But the other thing you can do with the tomato house is you can increase its versatility by adding optional shelves in there. So at the back you've got a series of holes that will hook shelves into it, and you can put 4 sea tray shelves into the tomato house. That will allow you then in the springtime to put some seedlings on there, small plants when the tomatoes are low, and you can harden off or bring on your bedding plants in there. And by the time they go out at the end of May, your tomatoes are probably going to be this sort of height. So you're maximising the space that you've got in there. And in the autumn time, when the tomatoes are all finished, well, what you can do is any unripe tomatoes, you can leave them, cut them off the tomato plant, but leave them on the vine. And if you spread those out over the shelves, that will allow you to ripen those up slowly. And often they take until Christmas time for them to fully ripen, just ripening in the autumn sun. And that way you're making the most from all the tomatoes that you've grown in there. So the Access Tomato House is a very versatile unit. You can use it for growing tomatoes, you can use it for growing other Mediterranean crops, but you can also, as an option, pop some shelves in there and use it for other things as well.